Hello everyone, welcome to BBA370. I'm Dr. Namuo. I'll be your professor for this course. This is a course that I've taught a few times now, and every time it's a little different. But what I'd like to do, and what I normally do for each section that I teach, and this semester I'm teaching two, is to create a little welcome video to walk you through some of the parts of the course and make sure expectations are clear. Let me first I'll tell you a little bit about myself, but let me first make sure you all have my contact information. If you click on, so this is obviously our Blackboard site. If you click on About Me, you'll have some information there. We'll go through the syllabus and you'll have more detailed information, but really the best way to get in touch with me is via email or my mobile phone. You can text me and I should be pretty responsive. This is an 8-week course, and if there's anything that goes wrong or you need help with or you need my attention for, by all means, please text me or email me. It'll come to this device right here, and I should be able to get back with you very quickly. So a little bit about myself. This is a site that I've put together for some of the consulting work that I do, communitycollegestrategy.com. I wrote a book in 2014 about community colleges and how they have managed fiscal constraint and austerity measures, and how they're still able to do what they want to do. So take a look at that site if you're interested. I'm one of the deans, one of the academic deans at Cochise College. I teach for NAU part-time, and I teach some technology classes. I also teach in a graduate or rather the Ed Leadership Department, and I teach some graduate level courses there in leadership, statistics, and right now I'm teaching a class in educational technology. So just a little bit about myself. Let's do this. Let's go through the syllabus, and if you have any questions, again, email or text me. Now, I'm not the best at responding to Blackboard message, but I'm trying to get better, and I'll try to check those on a regular basis, because I know some of you feel comfortable with that messaging system, and I want to accommodate that. So this is a course on IT security and assurance. Actually, when I was a researcher and a grad student at San Diego State, was my area of emphasis, and professionally I have quite a bit of experience with different organizations working specifically to secure the enterprise, secure their assets, and I, along with another faculty member here at Cochise College, created the cybersecurity program, which, as you can imagine, since we're closely associated with Fort Huachuca, cyber has just taken off. So I'll share a lot of those things and some of the projects that I've worked on in the past with you in this course. So we do have a book for this course. Here it is. So it's the fundamentals of information security. You'll also be required to purchase access to the virtual lab, so virtual lab access code. Now, I've taught this class a few times. I can tell you that everything you need to be successful is here in our Blackboard site, but I'll take you through it more specifically. I'm actually not sure if this is still the retail price for the lab, but if not, it should be pretty close. So you've got all the information related to the textbook and the virtual lab environment. And the lab environment's great. Last semester we had some technical issues with the environment. So if you have issues with the environment, please be in contact with me and let me know. And just know that if there are things that go wrong with technology that cannot be helped, that I will make accommodations for those things. Really, what I'm looking for in the virtual labs specifically, I'm looking for you to be able to demonstrate that you can apply the concepts that we've learned to an actual real-world scenario. So, if there's some way that you can do that, that's really what I'm looking for. Is can you prove to me that you can use Nmap? That you know what the different Nmap commands mean, that you understand the concept of ports and network traffic and protocols and those sorts of things. Alright, so let's go through. Now these are all supplemental materials that are great resources for you beyond this course, I would say primarily. Toward the end of the class, I'll post something that's kind of a where do you go from here type of a message, and I'll kind of give you an overview of what I think how I think you all should prepare yourselves beyond this course to enter the field of cybersecurity. And that's really where I'm going to push you. While this is an information assurance course, I consider it a cyber course. And if you can prepare yourselves for the world of cybersecurity, then you should absolutely do that. And this course will help you. All right, so I'm just going to explain some of the things that need to be explaining. Some of the other things you'll be able to just go through on your own. The course structure and approach, let me just scroll down to the course schedule. So let's just take week 1. We'll probably actually take week 2. That would be a better one. But you've got discussion board postings, you've got quizzes, you've got labs, and you've got assignments. Okay, so everything's broken down by week, and I've assigned specific due dates for each one of those things. Now, most of your work will be over there in weekly modules. So, if I click on weekly modules, you'll see week 1, click on it, and you've got a bunch of things to complete by January 29th, I think. You've got student introductions. I want to know as much about you as possible. Keep in mind I've got 2 sections, and I think I've got a total of about 50 students, so I'm going to have to dedicate a little bit more time to responding to all of you. So just be patient with my responses with the discussion boards. You'll read chapter 1, you'll review the PowerPoint, all that's posted there. You'll take a quiz. EQ1 is our information security quiz. It's got 15 questions. You get 2 tries. You'll get the highest score. You've got 2 hours. I do believe I've set it up so that when you start the test you have to complete it in one sitting, but you've got 2 hours. Alright, then within week 1 still you've got chapter 2, PowerPoint, read chapter 2 in the book, do the quiz, and then another discussion board. So let's jump back again, back to the course syllabus. Let me just scroll down a bit, back to that course schedule. Alright, so everything's going to be here in your course schedule. All the things that you need to complete to be successful in this course will be listed here. Now you'll notice in week 2 you've got a lab to do. So by week 2 you should have access to the virtual lab environment. You should be looking to purchase the book right away. Now I've given you plenty of time. I know this is an 8-week course, but I still have kind of provided a cushion at the beginning of the course. You'll notice that if the course starts, I think our course starts on the 17th, of January, you have nothing due for 12 days. So within those 12 days, you've got the introductions to complete, you've got to acquire the textbook, acquire the virtual lab, access to the virtual lab, and that gives you a pretty big window of time to gather all of those things. Okay, if you have any issues, again, be in contact with me, email, text me. You can also call me. All right, so that's week 2. All that stuff's due by 11:59 p.m. on February 5th, and you'll notice, for the most part, everything's going to be due on a Sunday. All right, so week 3. Now you'll notice for the labs, I introduced them as appropriate, related to the content that we're covering. However, I usually give you 2 weeks to do it. So while everything in week 2 is due February 5th, you'll notice the lab specifically is not due till the end of week 3. So it's not due till February 12th. Okay? So that's the only thing that might be a little tricky with the due dates. All right, I'll march right along here, and now as we get to the end of the semester, you'll have a final exam to complete, and what I want you to notice, and this is something different this semester in this class, is all the items will be due on a Thursday. To give you that cushion up front, I needed to kind of compress the due dates toward the end. So everything for the course is going to be due on Thursday, March 9th. Okay, so just keep that in mind, and I think I've made the final exam open a week prior, or maybe even more than a week prior to March 9th. Okay? Alright, let me jump through some of these things on the left here. You've got read first, getting started, probably should do that. Some textbook information. You've got the lab code as well. Somewhere here. It's in the syllabus if it's not on this page. But this is the reading, getting started book, or getting started section rather. Good way to get, good place to get started. The announcements, you'll see I've kind of already configured the final exam to be available on March 1st. So there you go. I've got a welcome message. Talks a little bit about me, and I did have the opportunity to brief Senator McCain on cybersecurity, which is an exciting thing for me to do. Just go ahead and read through the welcome message. Let me know if you have any questions. Syllabus, textbook information, lab resources, the virtual lab environment. There's our course code. There's a lab manual associated. Lots of work in this class. Honestly, it's going to take a lot of effort. Most of your time will be spent in the weekly modules, going through the requirements for each week. The discussion board, where you'll participate weekly. I've created threads for every week, and those also have deadlines attached to them. Assignment and labs. So these are the big assignments that you'll complete, and the lab assignments as well. So you'll do a business continuity, disaster preparedness plan, and submit that. Deadlines are listed there. Different labs are, the labs are pretty fun. I think lab number 2, you'll use OpenVAS, you'll use ZenMap, and these are just tools that will hopefully be of some use to you. I know ZenMap will for sure, and for those of you who have done security maybe in the past, Nmap is how I normally refer to it, because Nmap is the command line tool that allows you to test vulnerabilities and whether a port is open or closed on a specific network, and just some a vulnerability scanning tool similar to Nessus and some of the others. Alright, quizzes and final, email messages, grades link. I will do my absolute best to stay up to speed on as much as I can. I'm going to be working really hard to be responsive and grade things quickly for all of you. Just keep in mind that I've got 50 students. in BBA 370 this semester, and you know, I don't mind a little nudge. If I'm behind on grading something, then by all means, you know, text me, email me. You shouldn't need to ask questions related to your progress in the class, because all of that should be available to you in the Grade Center. All right, so just thinking about anything else I want to share with you all as we move forward. You know, more about me: I was a systems administrator, IT manager for many years before entering academia, if you will. Got my PhD at the U of A. Got my master's degree at San Diego State, where I focused on security for nonprofits. My PhD is actually not in anything related to technology. It's studying community colleges and how they can be more successful. At Cochise, I oversee CIS, business, and all the industrial technologies, in addition to cooperative education. So I'm one of the academic deans at Cochise College, and like I mentioned earlier, teach part-time for NAU, and I absolutely love it. So hopefully that comes out in what I do. You know, I used to travel quite a bit to consult and present at conferences. That's kind of slowed down now. Now that the publication of my book is 3 years in the past, but that just means you get more of my attention, I guess. Alright, so, you know, as I mentioned, I can't say this enough. Email me, text me, call me if you have any questions about anything whatsoever related to the course. I wish you the best of luck in this course. It will be one of the most useful courses you'll take, I think. I'm a little biased, but yeah, good luck this semester.